In an era where air travel effortlessly connects the globe, the Tibetan Plateau stands out as a conspicuous anomaly on flight maps. Despite modern advances in aviation, this vast region, often called the roof of the world, remains largely off-limits to commercial aircraft. But what makes this region so challenging, and why do pilots avoid it? The Tibetan Plateau is the highest and largest plateau on Earth, with an average elevation of over 4,500 meters, about 14,800 feet. Spanning parts of 7 countries, including China, India, and Nepal, its extreme elevation creates an environment hostile to both human life and aviation. The challenges of flying over Tibet became apparent during World War II when Allied forces established a supply route from British India to China, known as the Hump. Pilots flying over the eastern Himalayas faced extreme difficulties due to high altitude, unpredictable weather, and a lack of emergency landing facilities. The thin air at such elevations made it difficult for engines and human bodies to function, and the turbulent winds that whip across the plateau posed significant risks. Many planes crashed, highlighting the unforgiving nature of the Tibetan Plateau. Despite advances in aviation technology, the Tibetan Plateau remains a challenging and largely avoided region for commercial flights. Several factors contribute to this, starting with the high elevation. While commercial airliners typically cruise at altitudes of 30,000 to 40,000 feet, an emergency situation requiring a rapid descent would be perilous over Tibet. Descending to 10,000 feet, a typical safe altitude for passengers to breathe without supplementary oxygen, is still dangerously high in this region, with towering peaks like Mount Everest creating formidable obstacles. Moreover, the Tibetan Plateau offers limited emergency landing options. The region is sparsely populated, with few airports, all of which are small and located at high altitudes, requiring special pilot training and aircraft modifications. These high-altitude airports present unique challenges, as thin air affects landing speed and aircraft performance. The plateau's extreme weather conditions add to the difficulty. The weather is notoriously unpredictable, with strong winds, sudden snowstorms, and severe turbulence common even in summer. The powerful jet streams that flow over the plateau can create severe turbulence, which is uncomfortable for passengers and potentially dangerous for aircraft. Freezing temperatures at cruising altitudes over the plateau, sometimes dropping to -60 degrees Celsius or lower, pose another significant risk. While modern jet fuel is designed to withstand very cold temperatures, the risk of fuel freezing remains a concern, particularly on long-haul flights over the plateau. In addition to physical challenges, airspace restrictions further complicate flights over Tibet. Much of the region falls under Chinese airspace, and the Chinese government imposes strict overflight restrictions due to the sensitive nature of the area. As a result, airlines prefer to plan routes that avoid the region, rather than risk diplomatic complications. Despite these challenges, some flights do cross the Tibetan Plateau, primarily those operated by Chinese airlines. These flights are crewed by specially trained pilots familiar with the region's unique challenges and use aircraft equipped with additional safety features, such as enhanced navigation systems and special equipment for high-altitude emergencies. These flights are carefully planned to minimize risks, taking advantage of the few relatively safe corridors through the mountains. However, flights over the Tibetan Plateau remain rare, and most international flights between Asia and Europe or North America avoid the region entirely. This serves as a reminder that despite incredible advances in aviation technology, there are still parts of the world that remain largely untouched by commercial air travel. The Tibetan Plateau is a place of breathtaking natural beauty, with its towering mountains and vast expanses of wilderness. However, it is also a place of extreme conditions that make it one of the most challenging environments on Earth for both humans and machines. As technology continues to advance, we may one day overcome these challenges, but for now, the skies over Tibet remain largely empty, a testament to nature's enduring power to shape and limit human activity.